What really counts is how does the veteran feel about their encounter with the VA. When you go to Disney, do they measure the number of hours you wait in line, or the number, what's important? What's important is what's your satisfaction with the experience.
First of all, Disney does measure your satisfaction and how you wait in lines. They've come up with fast passes, other ways to amuse the kids as they wind around those lines. But be that as it may, comparing a waiting time for a ride with life and death waits for our veterans for simple health care, well, it already prompted Senator Roy Blunt to say, you got to go. You got to resign. Congresswoman Cathy McMorris Rodgers, and what she thinks in the fine state of Washington. Congresswoman, what do you think?
Well, I definitely think that his statement is inconceivable. We've had a number of VA secretaries and some that have resigned. I think that it highlights, though, that we need to go to some fundamentals. This is an agency where the veteran is getting lost. And as simple as just trying to get an appointment, and the current VA secretary comparing it to Disneyland, you're not standing in line at Space Mountain wondering if you're going to die before you get on the ride. And they've just lost sight of their focus.
You think about it, when he dismissed the whole waiting argument, that was the reason for the changes and the upheaval at the VA to begin with. It was the wait. It was the constant waiting. And so then to say
right.
that waiting thing doesn't matter, I mean, well, that's why you're the VA secretary.
Right, and in fact, those waiting lists are only going up. I've been working on legislation for a couple of years now to require the VA to use off-the-shelf technology that's available and used in doctors' offices all across the country every day. And yet the VA is resisting this at the time when their waiting lists continue to go up. I represent a district where we have 2 VA hospitals. There's one in Walla Walla and there's one in Spokane. Veterans are contacting me every day. They're at their wits' end trying to work through this organization, this agency that, although it's supposed to be focused on veterans, they feel like they're more of a burden when they contact the agency than having the red carpet rolled out and having some people that actually care about meeting their needs.
What bothers me, though, and I mentioned it before, Congresswoman, is this cavalier attitude toward the hoi polloi be they veterans or not just waiting. Long lines are fine. Long lines at the TSA are fine. Get used to it.
Right.
A long time setting up to get through the healthcare.gov websites up and running, just keep trying. There is a dismissive attitude to waiting for basic services. That's
right. And you know what? We can do better, and we must. We need to be rethinking the way that we deliver these services. And for, you think about the VA, it's supposed to be dedicated to serving our veterans. It's the way that we, as a grateful nation, show our gratitude to those who have served. And it's not acceptable, and it doesn't need to be that way. It is. We can do better, and we must do better.
Congresswoman, thank you very, very much for taking the time.
Thank you.